Hello, this is the Cancer Journey Show, and today is not March, May 20th, 2020. Lots of 20s today.
It's gone by so fast, right?
I know.
So we want to welcome you back to the Cancer Journey Show. Last week, if you tried to join us or you tried to watch the replay, you might have noticed there wasn't one, and that's because we had some major technical difficulties. Hopefully that will not occur this time. But just to introduce ourselves again, my name is Carrie Lehman.
And I'm Sherry Ann Tom.
And we are the co-founders of the Cancer Journey Institute, which is the first cancer coaching company in the United States. And we're very, very proud of that. And because we are the first, most people don't really understand what we mean by cancer coaching, especially, there's all kinds of cancer coaching out there, I'm sure. But what we do is cancer journey coaching. And it's very difficult to explain because it's so experiential. And so we invented this show so that we could answer the question, what is cancer journey coaching?
Right. And we felt like actually experiencing it, having an experience of it, being able to watch it would give you more indication of what and more knowing of what it is versus trying to tell you with lots and lots of words.
So whether you're listening from the point of view of, oh, maybe I want to do that, or you're listening from the point of view of, oh, I might want that help, or somebody I know might need that help, this will give you a better idea of what the experience is like. And we know about this, and we invented all of this because we've both been through this, and we wanted a certain kind of help. I met Sherry Ann 8 years ago, and that's when we joined forces as a business. I mean, that's not when I met you 8 years ago. I met you 20-something years ago, but we joined forces 8 years ago. Oh my gosh. And Sherry Ann was already coaching cancer individuals, but she wanted to grow a movement. So that is a big part of our mission, is to create a movement so that when people have a cancer diagnosis, they get support that goes beyond just the medical. The medical is fantastic, and all the alternative help that's out there is fantastic. But there's so much more to a cancer journey than just the physical part. And so we have really taken that under our wing and used all of our coaching experience and a lot of other things we've learned along the way to develop models and tools that are specifically geared and helpful for people on a cancer journey, whether you're a patient, a survivor, you've already been through treatment, or a caregiver of someone you love.
Right.
So today, what are you going to say?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that what we focus on is kind of the supplement to the medical, the physical healing. We really focus on the internals of you. So your thoughts, mental, your emotions, and your spirit, your spirituality, your spirit, all of that needs to be healed in addition to your physical body, because they're all interconnected. So yeah, we feel like we link arms with your medical team.
Exactly. It's like we focus on all of your beingness, you know, and that is beyond your physical, but we include the physical. So, so today we have Kelley again, dear Kelley, who has volunteered to let you see into her process. She is kind of unique and lovely in her way because she is a trained nurse, so she's a professional caregiver. She's also a survivor of colon cancer, stage 3 colon cancer. And she's also a caregiver in her own right, just personally. So she runs the gambit. And one thing you may have noticed if you've tuned in the last couple of times before we had our technical difficulties, is that when we coached Kelley, she was looking back at her cancer journey, which is something that patients will do sometimes because there's so much trauma involved in getting a cancer diagnosis and going through the treatment, that sometimes we kind of check out and we have to go back and reclaim that part of ourselves. That's part of our power, because one of our missions is to make you feel powerful and having all of your power and all of your choice and all of your authenticity so that you feel totally resourced. So that's some of the work we were doing with Kelley. And obviously that's not all the work we do in cancer journey coaching. So we're going to see what shows up today for Kelley. But I just wanted to mention that because a lot of times what we differentiate ourselves from therapy, saying therapy looks back and coaching looks forward. Well, sometimes coaching looks back, but it's in order for you to move forward in this present moment.
Beautiful. Thanks for saying that, Carrie. So with that, I think we'll bring Kelley over. I am going to be the coach today. So let me bring Kelley over. And then if you would.
I will step out.
Thank you. Hold on one moment. Just doing a little bit of technology maneuvering. All right. Hello, Hello, Kelley.
Hi.
Hi. Let's start with Pesh.
All right. Okay, so physically, with 10 being the highest, I feel I'm about an 8.5 right now.
Okay.
And emotionally, it's about a 7.5. Spirit, 10. Hope, 10. Oh, and the word.
Right, word for this moment.
This moment. Curious.
Curious. All right, before we go any further, sweetie, I forgot to set a timer. So I'm going to set this for 20 minutes.
Okay.
And here we go. So Callie, what would you like to be coached on today?
Something that's been going on since way before I had experienced cancer, and it's continuing today. And what it is that I am also a caregiver of a dear loved one. We'll call him George. And George is a young adult with a chronic disease that involves anxiety and distress on a daily basis. And so I was really curious how, because I looked at the cancer journey map, and I saw a lot of parallels between my journey and what I'm going through right now with being a caregiver.
And so what would you like to look at today?
Well, when I look at the map and I see that many of the times I'm up from the pit up connected to allies in regards to this, I easily slip down to the pit. Maybe just for a little bit, but I would really like to not keep this pattern of allies pit.
Thank you for your sentiments are very well shared by most people when we're showing them the map. And for those of you who are watching this and aren't familiar with our maps, I'm just going to pause, Kelley, for a moment. Our map starts with innocence, and then it's the call. Then you start sloping down into initiation. The pit is the lowest point of the journey. This is the cancer journey roadmap. And then as you're coming back up is allies, breakthrough, and then transformation. So that's just some context. So coming back to you, Kelley, I know you have an opinion and a desire around the pit. So just a reminder, what the pit is, a place of learning. It's the beginning of transformation of who you're becoming. So it's this place where you get to almost like rub up against things that maybe aren't working for you, or something sticky here. So just kind of give me a little bit of a flavor of what seems to be pulling you down into the tip, or what it's like in the pit.
what is it like in the pit?
What are you feeling in this moment? Because we have curious, but something else is here.
Well, a heaviness.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly this little scarf became heavy on my shoulders.
Mm-hmm. So weights on your shoulders.
Yeah, I'm feeling the weight of the world taking on more than I need to. That kind of heaviness.
Yeah. There's a lot of responsibility going on here.
Exactly. That's the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Responsibility.
Breathe. Take a deep breath with me. In. So just in doing that, because as you exhaled, I could feel you releasing some of that, because it was like almost an aha of like, oh yeah, I'm taking on the responsibility. What happened when you exhaled?
Physically, I felt like I could sit in my seat, whereas before I was forward going, oh, now I've got to tackle. It's like being in a tackle box. And now it's like, I can sit with this. And that's exactly what I want. I want to be able to be on the phone with George, which I am every day, hearing the anxiety. I want to be with it. I don't want to
take it on.
Yeah, be in the tackle box. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there isn't anything for you to do. That's what I'm hearing. But rather you're just being with it.
That's where I want to be, is to be with it. Yeah.
So how much of that anxiety do you take on when you're on the phone?
I'm aware of it and I feel it after I hang up.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it in my gut.
Yeah. And what is it that seduces you to take it on, knowing that it isn't yours?
Mm-hmm. Well, the image that comes to me, I think in images a lot. So I think of a puppy who's just been hurt, and it's so hard not to feel sad for that puppy and wanting to pick up the puppy and hold the puppy and just love the puppy. It's part of the love is getting wrapped up into it, and I know for health reasons and for both parties, George and myself, I know it'd be better to just be, but boy, that mom, that, like the mother bear.
Yeah, mama bear. Yeah.
Let me take
the
care of
wounded puppy. Let me scoop it up and make it all okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
instinctually, you want to just, how can I help? How can I make this better?
Right.
Yeah. And so I'm getting a sense that you were judging that. And you were feeling it like, oh, I took it on and I'm judging it as bad and wrong.
Yeah, justifying and judging at the same time. That's a lot of energy.
Wow. Yeah. Good noticing. And so just knows that those are your reactions, right? We all would do this. Come on, who can resist a puppy?
Yeah.
We would scoop that up and hold it and like, are you okay? It's just that's the loving part of us.
Yes.
And so I'm so seduced to go two different tunnels, but let's just go here. What do you want? What do you want when this happens? Because you got the clarity now.
Yeah. Well, the word that comes to me, I want love.
Mm-hmm.
I want love for myself.
Right. There's the scooping up of the puppy, aka George, and then there's the scooping up of Kelley.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the mama bear that I
Where's
need?
the mama bear for you?
Yeah, after each call. Yeah,
Tell me
exactly.
about that. Can you go there? Mama bear for Kelley?
Um, so what would the mama bear look like? Is that what you're?
And what would all that be if she could come in and scoop you up?
Um, well, for some reason it's harder to connect to that. I've never,
Mm.
but well, I'll have to think back to when my mom was alive, and it was that um, the child. If I fell and hurt myself, I could go run to mama. She'd hold me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine, just close your eyes for a moment. And imagine the Kelley mama bear, whatever she looks like. You could tell me in just a moment. And she's got these big, lovely, soothing arms, and they scoop you up. Now what happens?
Well, the arms actually are wings,
Mm.
kind of like a bird, a huge dove coming down from the sky and enveloping me or embracing me with the wings, those soft wings.
Yeah. Soft dove wings.
Mm-hmm.
And how do you feel in this moment with those soft dove wings scooping you up, encapsulating you, holding you?
Well, not, I feel soft. I guess what I had been feeling is very rigid, hard, and it feels softened.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And what
warm.
happened? And warm, softened and warm.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens when you're soft and warm?
I come alive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And what happens to those heavy weights that were on your shoulder?
I don't feel it anymore. It's there, but it's almost like a guidance,
Mm-hmm.
um, direction.
Mm-hmm. And now, can you imagine this having you while you're on your daily call with George? What's possible now?
Yeah. Well, what's possible is to call in the dove before the call
Mm-hmm.
and to check in. I mean, just to remind myself that dove's there. And then after the call, don't do anything else but just feel the presence of that love, that support, that softness, that warmth. Yeah.
And what does that give you?
I feel very present.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the past I've kind of felt frozen,
Mm.
not able to take in the experience prior. Now I
Mm-hmm.
feel present, and the experience is not in me. It's what shall I say? The experience that George is going through is not the experience I'm having. Being able to
Right.
distinguish between them better
Yes.
because I'm more supported in this dove loving experience.
Right. And you're present in you, not over there.
Right. Right. Yeah. Mm.
It feels
Feeling
like
very heavy right now.
are you? Tell me about the
Yeah.
heaviness.
I just feel like I gained a few pounds. The chair is really, really supporting me.
So
Sort
like
of like
grounded,
but also like a plane that landed, or a very, very heavy dove that just landed. A jumbo jet.
right. The jumbo jet dove that's like, I got you, Kelly.
Yeah.
And you're not going to go drifting off into being overly responsible or needing to, ooh, I just got the word rescue. How's that land?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, that just, I mean, the images of that, throwing out a life preserver and roping it in and all of that. Um, yeah, that was where I was at. Mhm.
What are you noticing about you right now?
Well, how simple that shift was when I have another person help me. How complex it is when I try to coach my own self, but how easy it is
Right.
with someone there. Um, and that my life can be very simple. It doesn't have to be complex.
Mm.
It doesn't have to
How
be
does
heavy.
how does it feel to hear that? That it gets to be simple.
It's just a lovely choice. It's a freedom.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, possibilities. I can see possibilities that I couldn't before because I'm free.
Because you're free.
Mhm.
Wow. Thank you. Perfect place for you to pause right now in this lovely space of freedom and possibility. And I could feel your lightness.
Mhm.
Like I don't feel that scarf being anything more heavy than the gentle, light fabric that it is.
Mhm.
You're not taking on somebody else's stuff,
No.
but you get to be there with them.
Right. Exactly what I
Thank you.
Thank you, Sherry Ann.
So, what's one word now that describes you in this moment?
Oh, lightness. Light.
Light. You
Mhm.
are light, my love. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you, darling Kelly. You
Mhm.
are a light.
You
Oh, thank
are
you.
light. All right, I'm going
And
to move
thank you,
out.
Sherry Ann. That
I'm going
really great example of what it's like to coach a caregiver, because what we do as and we consider you a caregiver, if you have a beloved who is on a cancer journey, you're considered a caregiver, no matter what level of care you're able to personally deliver, because emotionally and spiritually you're going through the journey with them. And Kelly, she so demonstrated that by saying how she takes on, you knew it, Sherry Ann, and pointed it to it, how she takes on the feelings, and you want to rescue this person, and all it does is create anxiety and frustration and feelings of powerlessness.
right.
So
And a heaviness. Like, I mean, I really felt that weight on her shoulders because we love so dearly that we want to can I carry the load for you? Can
Yeah.
I make it better? And we can't. That's the hard part. It's like they're on their journey. We can walk with them and love them and help them process through their journey, but we can't take it from them.
right, and she literally felt that burden on her shoulders.
Literally.
So, you know, there was great use of metaphor, visualization, using the cancer journey roadmap so that she knew where she was. And she doesn't, you know, we all have an aversion to the pit because it feels pity. But the reframe that you gave her of this is the place of learning, and it's often a place where we pause. And I loved what Kelley said about, you know, she says, oh, this was so simple when somebody else coached me, but it's really complex when I try to coach myself. Yes. That's the whole point, is that we can't really do this by ourselves. We don't have that ability to see 360 and from the mountaintop and whatever view you want to take on. But I do want to mention again that Kelley has been part of our certification, our Cancer Journey Coach certification program. So she knows these concepts really well, and it's still, you know, still we need someone else to help guide us.
Yes. And help us see where we are, because when we, especially in the pit, when we're stuck in the pit, that's all we see, and we're swirling. So it was so fun, actually, and lovely to be able to say, hey, this is what I see.
Yeah, because we can't, you know, as coaches, and probably in the audience, I mean, you can see how powerful that person is. And that's one of the come-froms of a cancer journey coach, is that your client is powerful in their own right. They may not feel that way in this moment, but that's what our objective is to return them back to that place of centeredness, choice, and power. And so we want to conclude this, but what I want to make sure we mention is that we're going to be doing free coaching during the months of June and July, right, Sherry-Ann?
Yes. Yes.
So if you are interested, you can contact us the same way you contact us, info@thecancerjourney.com, right?
Yes.
I'm saying right because I want to make sure I'm getting the information, I'm not getting misinformation. So if you,
I can put it in the chat.
So if you or somebody you know is interested in receiving some cancer journey coaching for free in the months of June and July, let us know, and we will make a match with you.
Yes. We have a team of coaches that are just waiting to help. So that was a lovely, fun session for me. We are also accepting applications for people who might want to be a guest client on our show. So again, that is info@thecancerjourney.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, whatever you want to say, we'd love to hear from you. And we want to leave you with this one last thought, that you are more powerful than you realize.
Bye for now. Talk to you next week. Bye.